So he's homeless, unemployed, with no car, and is trying to rebuild. But wait, if he's homeless, why do I see him inside a home? Guess we'll find out. And as a disclaimer, I'm also watching these videos blind, so maybe he'll say it at some point in the video, but let's go.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning,
I have a
princess.
big day ahead of me.
Ooh, really? Okay.
But when you're in this sort of position, every day is kind of a big day. And there's a little bit of nerves in my stomach. I'm kind of afraid, to be honest with
Real talk, it looks like, based off the light, it looks like it's almost afternoon. Man, I miss those days where I'd sleep until 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But I was a complete degenerate in my early 20s, man. Especially in school, I'd be up until 5, 6 in the morning, and then I'd wake up at like 2, 3 in the afternoon sometimes. Those were the days. But now I sleep like everyone else, basically. Sleep at around 9, wake up between 4:30 to 5 in the morning. The time I wake up at now used to be the time that I slept at back in my more degenerate days.
you, but that's okay. It's kind of a good feeling. So let's begin. All right, it is the morning that is busy. And so the first thing I'm going to do is go to a coffee shop and write, because no matter what I'm going through in my life,
Oh yeah, I should probably point out that this dude's video went absolutely crazy. 89,000 views as of 2 weeks ago, and he only has 5,000 subscribers. So this one was a hit. So we're gonna see what this guy's got cooking.
I'm going to spend time in the morning writing. And then after that,
Okay.
I have a job interview. So it's
Ooh,
extremely positive.
spicy.
And then we'll go from there. So I'll probably sit in this coffee shop and enjoy my calm morning, go to the job interview,
Okay.
and then check back in on a bike.
Get it. What kind of job are we getting? You know, considering he looked like a mess when he woke up, he's actually presenting himself quite nicely. I like the jacket. Decent hair, too. And the shirt's nice. I'm just trying to figure out if he's really homeless because he woke up inside a house. So is it like an Airbnb or something? Come on, let us know. But
All right, the job interviews seem to go fairly
I can tell that he staged that for the camera. His little raising his head thing. He was just pretending to look busy on the laptop. It's cute.
well. And I was going to ride my bike. I don't have a car right now, so I was going to ride my bike and do a nice little aesthetic transition. But I didn't do that, so that's fine. And the short of where I'm at right now is I'm 29.
Okay.
I'm actively unemployed. I don't have a car. I am essentially homeless.
All right.
And I'm trying to figure this thing out.
Essentially homeless. You got to spill us the tea, man. Come on.
In the bed that I was in this morning, I have one friend who has allowed me to sleep in his apartment for the time being.
Okay.
While I try to get back on my feet.
Okay, he's got a real one. All right. Well, when you make it big, man, you got to take care of him.
But no matter how that plays
treat him
out,
to something.
his lease runs out in 4 months, and he's not re-signing it.
Okay.
So I've got about 4 months to save up enough.
Damn, so he's getting 4 months of just chilling in his friend's bedroom without having to pay rent or anything. Maybe he pays a little bit, but still, holy crap. That's good.
Money for a down payment
That's a real brother.
on an apartment, and work enough hours so that I make enough money per month to qualify for the apartment. And the
What I really want to know is where does he live? Because that's going to determine how possible it is for him to be able to find his own apartment with whatever jobs that he's interviewing for in the area. Will he let us know?
hopefully I do get that job today, but regardless, it's not enough hours to qualify for an apartment because I
Oh,
don't
it's
have
part-time.
qualifying credit. I don't have good credit. And so I need to make $2,000 for this specific apartment, and that'll be a
2,000.
down payment. And then my monthly income needs to be 2.5 times the amount of rent.
Okay.
And the job that I interviewed for would not allow that to happen.
Yeah.
So
Sounds like a part-time job. Even if he gets this job, he's probably going to need a second job in order to meet that income requirement. That's just how life works these days, is that a lot of people need two jobs just to meet the bare minimum. That's, that's just welcome to America for you guys.
it's a step in the right direction, but it's not there yet. And it's interesting because I came out into this forest yesterday. I record podcasts, and I recorded a podcast right here.
Hell yeah.
And I've been living in my van, and I just moved back here. And I didn't know how I was going to record a podcast because
Here's the question. If you're living in your van, are you truly homeless? A lot of people are doing the van life thing now, and I've seen some of those vans. They look pretty homely to me. Honestly, a lot of them look better than apartments do. Yeah, will it cost you like a couple $100,000 to buy the van and then make it home friendly? But still, man, still cheaper than buying an actual home. And they look nice to live in. Not only that, but it keeps you mobile so you can travel without ever having to leave your home, right? Like imagine being able to just go to a national park for like a week and still have your and be able to take your home with you essentially. Van life, man. I've been thinking about that. I've been considering it.
I didn't have a chair or anything, so I thought I might have to sit on the ground. And I would have done that, but there was a chair out here. Somebody just left a chair out here. One
Perfect for
random
podcasting.
chair.
You know what that's perfect for? Grabbing your phone, doing this, and then reacting to videos on your phone and then uploading it like that. That's what some people do with their YouTube stuff. Or they just, they just record themselves and then they upload whatever they record. Like you don't need this fancy equipment, guys. You just grab your phone and you go.
And when things
Like this guy's grabbing his phone and he's doing it while he's walking.
like that happen, it kind of
Can't even see his full face.
makes me believe that I'm somehow headed in the right direction. But the whole thing is kind of funny because externally my life just keeps getting worse, and I wake up every morning and I'm like, how is this real? How is this really my life? But internally I actually keep feeling better. I feel like I'm growing closer to God, and I feel like I'm
A man of God.
growing closer to knowing myself. And somehow things keep working out. Again, externally it does keep getting worse, but somehow things keep working out. And because I was living in a van for the past almost 2 years, year and a half, so many things occurred where, I wasn't literally about to not be able to live anymore.
I want to know what happened to his van, because he said he was living in a van for the past couple of years, but he hasn't explained why he lost his van. Maybe he does so in another video. Who knows? You're gonna have to dig through his profile, which I will be linking in the description section.
But it was kind of like narrowly escaping death. And this circumstance that I'm in is even more bleak. So I thought, well, let me begin to record this journey,
Okay.
because I know that
It's a smart move, right? Because who knows, man? These videos could consistently pop off, and now he's making money off of YouTube.
there's a lot of
And if you get like a good 50,000 subscribers and you put most of your time into YouTube, I could imagine that he'll probably make enough to at least pay the bills.
people in the same exact situation, or slightly better situation, or even a worse situation. And probably the best feeling when you're at rock bottom, you don't want to look at other people and see them in a bad spot. But when you're in a bad spot, it comforts you to know that there are people like you with the same struggles that you have. And even when it gets really dark, somehow things do work out.
It
So
all
I
works
guess
out.
that's what I'm doing here. And
So I want to piggyback off of what he said, and I know I cut it off at an awkward time, but there's a saying that you see your true light when you're at your darkest moment. That's when the light starts to shine, because when you're at your darkest, you can't really go further down. It's only up from there basically. So he's got a point as to what he just said, but let's let him continue now.
also, uh, it's very uncertain. I'm in a lot of uncertainty right now, and it's not that I want to be preoccupied. It is kind of that as well. But I want to do something that I enjoy.
Okay.
I enjoy creating videos.
Then keep doing it.
So, in the midst of the adversity, in the midst of these hard times that I'm going through, although I'm afraid, although there's fear within me, I thought, well, all right, I might as well record it. And I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how this is going to turn out. But let me record myself trying to figure out this predicament.
So he's talking about fear, and there's another saying where bad times create strong men, but good times create weak men because, well, good times, it makes people complacent. So there's some weight to what he's saying, right? When you're going through hard times, you're going to work even harder most of the time because you want to figure out how to get yourself out of that hole. Yes, some people will use it as an excuse to spiral further, but a lot of people will be motivated by the sheer thought of saying, "Hey, I don't want to deal with how shitty life's been. I just want to figure out a way to get out of it." It makes that's when people are the most likely to be creative and the most likely to take risk, because when you have nothing to lose, you know, are you really taking a risk at that point? Whether it's creating content, starting a business, it's whatever, right? There's one more saying too. I know I'm chock full of them this video, and if you like them, show me some love once again. But there's another saying where you should beware a person that has nothing to lose.
And maybe it could be of benefit to other people. Right. So that's where we're at right now. I'm walking in a forest to cleanse my mind, to do a little bit of a nature cleanse.
Hell
And
yeah.
soon I will go back to my friend's apartment and I will make vegetables and ground beef. I have a little bit of money because I sold my
Vegetables and
car,
ground beef.
the vehicle I was living in.
Okay.
And
Oh, he sold his RV. That's why. Probably was really strapped for cash. But I wanted to say his dietary choices are good. Vegetables and ground beef, nutritious, and we'll get him his protein and vitamins and whatever, depending on the vegetables. And walking through the forest like that will also get you some much needed steps to burn those calories and make you fit. Because here's another thing: if you're disciplined with your diet, you go out and do your steps and you track your calories and all that, you're going to look better. And when you look good, you're likelier to get a job over someone that doesn't quite take care of themselves. Because when people see you, you're basically silently showing them how disciplined you are, right? Like if you're overweight and you show up to a job interview or a customer meeting being this overweight person, they're not as likely to take you seriously simply because they're going to see you and they're going to be like, "Oh, it's clear that this person has no self-control or whatever." And but then when they see like someone who's in shape, they're going to respect that because a lot of people know how hard it is to be in shape, right? It's a lot of discipline. You got to go to the gym at least 3 to 4 times a week. You got to be on a diet plan and you got to stick to that diet plan about 85% of the time. Like you can't even really have cheat days. You can have more like cheat meals once or twice a week. But yeah, no, there's a lot into making your about appearances, right? Like when people say looks don't matter, they're a load of BS. Never believe those people that say looks don't matter. Looks absolutely matter, and if you look good, you'll get ahead in life. And if you do what this guy's doing now, he's doing the right steps, right? He's walking to clear his mind. He's getting his steps in. He's making ground beef with veggies. Like he's doing things right now to get himself out of the hole, not only by just putting in the effort and going and make doing these job interviews, but also just with his diet and making himself look better so that he can impress his employers when he's going on these interviews.
So I'm going to use those funds to very sparingly to make it through and make ground beef and vegetables.
Hell yeah. Ooh, nice. All right, so nutrition nerd time. The carrots is going to give him vitamin A because vitamin A is good, by the way, because it helps with your skin. That's like a skin, that's like basically nature's skincare routine is vitamin A. It's going to help with your skin and your eyes. And then the broccoli has vitamin C, which is also good for your skin, but it also boosts your immune system so you're less likely to get sick. It also has some vitamin K, which is good for your blood health. It's also the vitamin that helps you when you get cuts. It helps with clotting. That's what I was trying to say. It helps with clotting when you get cuts or whatever, cuts or bruises or whatever. That's the vitamin that helps you heal quicker. So good choice, man. Good choice. And then what else is there? Then the iron from the beef is also going to give you, it's also going to give you better blood quality because that's what iron's associated with, right? Iron gives you blood and whatnot. But yeah, just a lot of benefits. So good stuff.
If you can trust yourself while all men doubt you, but make allowances for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or be lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good, nor too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make
Ooh,
thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster,
hell
and
yeah.
treat those two impostors just the same, if you can make one heap of all of your winnings and risk it
Oh
on
my God.
one turn
This
of
guy's
pitch and
got sayings
toss
too.
and lose,
Yo. All right, that
and
gets a
never
like.
breathe a word of your loss and start again at the beginnings, if you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch, if you
Okay.
can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it.
All right.
And what's even more, you'll be a man, my son. And that's a poem by Rudyard Kipling, and I'll
Nice.
leave
He's
you with
reading
that.
too.
That's all that I have. Good night.
Good night, my prince. You went from being a princess to a prince. Good job. But yeah, no, that video, absolute banger. He probably has more stuff that I can comment on. So we're gonna subscribe to this because he's got some fire takes, and I like the way he's trying to get himself out of his hole rather than letting it manifest even further. But let's see what the comments have to say. You're not alone. The system is terrible, especially for creative people. That's funny too, because yeah, creatives are just getting screwed left, right, and center right now. I mean, I live in Los Angeles where there's a lot of creatives, and let me tell you something. The creative industry has been dying at a rapid pace here in Los Angeles, right? Especially with the advent of AI and after the SAG after strikes, like Hollywood's been just on a decline, and people that were regularly getting Hollywood gigs for commercials, acting, whatever, those are now that's now significantly dropped, and even they're struggling to find jobs. Like even the ones that were getting good work like 3 4 years ago, even before COVID, now they're just struggling to find work, and it's causing ripple effects. So because LA, a lot of a good chunk of LA's economy comes from Hollywood, right? So because there's less people getting Hollywood jobs, it's creating a ripple effect in the sense that they're not spending their money at restaurants, clubs, bars, or whatever. And you're starting to see stores close at a rapid pace here in the LA area, right? And it's all over. It's here in West Hollywood, which is the neighborhood I live in. Like half of the businesses are vacant like it's vacant buildings. And these are on popular strips too. These are on the Sunset Strip, very popular and iconic, and as well as the Santa Monica Strip. There's not as much going on, and half of the businesses there are now just completely closed. Buildings are empty, and they've been empty for years now. Santa Monica too, if you look at the 3rd Street Promenade, another popular area, half of the businesses on the promenade closed, buildings empty. They haven't been rented out again for months, even years. And even Hollywood, right? And there's even a couple of businesses in like Glendale and whatnot that are struggling and they're on the verge of closing. Like, it's been just bad all around. So yeah, it's been just a bad couple of years for creatives, and I think it's going to get worse with AI and AI trying to take those jobs away, which is why you had the SAG after thing anyways, right? Which is the actor strike, is because it was all about AI taking their jobs. Let's see what else. Handsome guys like you, he's a good looking guy. Honest people with class, no criminals, no drug users, life in societies is unfair, man. Yeah, I mean, he's been struck with a bad hand of cards, but he probably made mistakes in the past that he's trying to amend for now. And it's good, right? Like, I'm sure he'll bounce back up because he's a good looking dude. He's got the looks. He's gonna have people take him seriously at a job interview. Hang in there, man. Life is a series of ups and downs. Your up will be here soon. Yeah, I agree, man. I'm 40, barely making it, family relying on me. I'm also unemployed. You have major balls to be sharing your situation. Without my family, I'd be in the same situation, instantly subbed because I appreciate when people are simply themselves no matter the situation. Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot for people to admit that they messed up in life, especially with how a lot of people like to flex their supercars that they rent, by the way. They don't even own, they just rent for like a day, and all these other luxuries on social media. Like, nobody ever talks about the bad stuff that goes on in their lives. Like, for every video like this guy's that we just saw, there's probably like 10, 20, 30 videos or whatever of people trying to flex their luxurious lifestyle. But then the funny part is most of those people end up going broke and then you never hear from them again because they're ashamed. So, yeah, solid video. Hopefully, we can get more out of this guy. And I hope that he does get back on his feet. I am sincerely rooting for our friend the day ahead. And I will be linking his video in my description and we will go from there. I hope that this guy can get to like 50,000 in the next 3 months or so. So not only show me some love, but show him some love as well.